The bell had rung and the hallways were empty. But Mr. Reynolds sat at his desk, staring at a small, worn pair of shoes. They were scuffed, torn at the sides, and too small for the girl who wore them. Her name was Sophie, quiet, brilliant, always the first to arrive and the last to leave. But lately, he had noticed she limped when she walked. That morning, as the rain poured outside, he saw her shivering at the school gate. Her socks were soaked through holes in her shoes. When he asked where her rain boots were, she smiled and said, "I'll get new ones soon." But he knew she wouldn't. That night, he went to a local store and bought a simple pair of shoes. Nothing fancy, black, sturdy, warm. He left them in her locker with a small note. For the girl who never stops trying. From someone who believes in you. The next morning, she found them. He watched from his classroom window as she knelt down, touched him, and began to cry quietly. She never said a word about it. Neither did he. But every day after, she walked taller. Years passed. He retired, his classroom packed away, his students grown. Sometimes he wondered what became of Sophie, if life had been kind to her. Then one afternoon his doorbell rang. A woman stood there in a crisp suit, holding a small box. Her eyes were familiar, even after all those years. "Mr. Reynolds?" she asked softly. "You once bought a little girl a pair of shoes." He froze. "Sophie?" She nodded, smiling through tears. "I kept them," she said, opening the box. Inside were the same shoes, carefully cleaned and preserved. "They reminded me where I started, and who believed in me first." He felt his throat tighten. "What did you become?" He whispered. She laughed gently. "A teacher, like you." She placed the box in his hands. "I wanted to return them and to say thank you for giving me the kind of kindness I try to give now." He looked down at the little shoes, then back at the woman she had become. And for the first time in years, he cried. Because sometimes the smallest kindness lasts longer than we imagine. And sometimes the students we once lifted become the teachers who carry that kindness forward. Comment kindness never expires. If you believe small acts can change a life, subscribe for more true emotional stories that remind you of the goodness still in the world.